What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be Love After Lockup. We have, I'm going to say, Scott and Lindsay. They sort of kicked off the episode. We're going to save them. We're going to go ahead and get started with Christiana and John. Now, what I didn't realize, and maybe I just didn't pay attention, was Christiana, she's supposed to be out getting job applications, and she done met up with her mama, had a whole conversation. I was wondering why they were in the store, like looked like they were like in the back of a store or something. But she is supposed to be getting applications, right? So John is driving her around to all these different places, and she has a quota. She has to get a certain number of applications per day, and there's certain things she has to do when she's out of the halfway house. So they go to a restaurant, and John was like, "Listen, are we breaking the rules? No. Are we bending the rules a little bit? Sure." So they go to the restaurant, and Christiana does ask for a job application. And John said, "Listen, go ahead and get a job application so you can be filling it out while we're eating." So they're stopping to get something to eat. She did ask for a job application before, but the waitress gave her a menu and everything. Yo, before she could even get the application, much less, she couldn't fill nothing out. Before she could even get the job application, yo, some chick rolled in there and was like, "You, me, now." And she was like, "Okay." Come to find out, the people from the halfway house was following them. And they were following them, and they felt like they were in there like chilling and weren't doing anything. So this is where I sit with it. They said, "Yeah, we were watching you the whole time. We were following you the whole time." So I feel like, one, she's escaped from the halfway house before, and so maybe that's why they sort of got her on like this tight lockdown. Maybe because she's doing this show, they got their eye on her. Not too sure that she's gonna be bending the rules or whatever. Maybe because she was in that first place way longer than she should have been, because she was really in the back having a conversation with her mama. I don't know, y'all, but I was sitting there and I was like, damn, they can't eat. Like, she has to go out and get applications and she can't eat. I'm like, when's she supposed to fill them out? Because I mean, it take at least a good 10, 15 minutes to fill out a job application. I mean, damn. So anyway, of course now John feels bad because he was like, "Dad, I sort of feel bad because I feel like, I kind of had her out and I'm worried about her because, she's in that halfway house with, with people that, she's a drug addict." He was like, "Listen, and once a drug addict, always a drug addict. Like, I get it, but I just hope that this isn't the thing that's going to push her over the edge." She calls him, and she's stressed out and upset, and he's upset, and so she's going to basically be, she's going to get what they call a ticket. I guess it's like a write up or whatever, and he's not sure when he'll be able to like see her again or spend time with her again or whatever. So anyway. So that was pretty much them. They were easy. We can get them out the way. So we got Quaylon and, what's her name? Shaylon, whatever the child name is. So they're having his party. And it's full of people. Everybody's there. They're having a good time. It's all great. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody seems to be getting along. His side of the family, her side of the family. Because, he's from Kansas City. So he still has family and stuff there. So there are people there that, that he knows. But the majority of the people are her family, So she, about halfway through, whatever, she says, "All right, y'all, let's go outside. I got something to show y'all." And she takes them and shows them the truck or whatever. And of course, he's excited, he's shocked, he's surprised, all of the above. But you know what else he said? "I don't even have a driver's license." Didn't I say that? Why are you buying this boy a truck when he doesn't even have a driver's license? He was like, "I really want to drive this around the block, but I can't even do that because I can't risk. Like, that's illegal." So, a couple of real conversations took place at this party, honey. So, first of all, her cousin, the one that was so upset with her for buying that truck, he had a conversation with Quaylon, and he told Quaylon point blank. He was like, he was real. He was a little animated and extra. But he told him, he was like, "Listen, I don't really know you, but I know my cousin. She has a good heart, and and her whole life, I have seen guys come and go, take advantage of her generosity, take advantage of her. And at the end of the day, until I know different, I'm gonna just look at you with those same eyes. Like, I'm gonna feel like you only here to get what you can get from her." And when he was like, "Right now, everything is all hunky dory, guns, roses and everything is nice. But when the party is over and everybody leaves and it's just y'all, I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I feel like, you're going to really be here for the long haul. Like, I don't know. And Quaylen was like, well, like, that's how you feel? He was like, yeah, that's how I feel. Now, I can respect that it didn't get heated. Well, at least they didn't show us that it didn't get heated. It didn't, like, get over the top. But at the end of the day, like, he was like, listen, I give it 6 months. Like, I do. Then we had the mothers having a conversation, and Quaylen's mother feel like, that Shayla is trying to buy Quaylen, trying to buy his affection, his love, buying him a car and stuff. And her mother feels like Quaylen is using her daughter. And again, it was civil, but it was like straight to the point. Like they didn't, they ain't cuss each other out, but they about to. Like her mother finally got up and walked away and was like, well, you know what, that's how you feel, and that's that. And she was like, yeah, that's how I feel. She was like, all right, well, that's it. Ain't nothing else to say. Like, it is what it is. Now, mind you, they was, hugging each other and shit when the truck first came out, but whatever. Then we had, his sister had a conversation with Shaylin, and she was like, listen, my brother is my heart. Like, I don't understand why he's staying here with you. Like, all the bad influences that are here. That my brother got shot here and was left to die. Like, he's been locked up since he was 17. She was like, yeah, but he's grown now. He's an adult. She was like, mentally, he's still 17. Like, he my brother and I love him. But mentally, he's not 29. And the best thing for him right now is to be with his family. Like, that's where he needs to be. And she told her, she said, listen, he gonna stay here with you and do, y'all gonna do what y'all do. She said, I'm telling you now, though, something happened to my brother, me and you gonna have a problem. She was like, and I will kill for mine. I said, oh, Lord, okay. So when it was all over said and done, Quaylen sort of just went in the room. He had to be by himself. Now, he kept getting on the phone. I want to know who the hell he kept calling. Because I'm like, who you calling? Like, everybody here at the party. But, okay, I don't know who he was calling. But he said, it's just a lot. It's very overwhelming for him. It's a lot on him. And it is. Like, I'm sure it's a lot. It's a lot coming at him really fast. He has his family's pulling at him. She's pulling one way. The family's pulling the other way. I'm sure it's a lot on him. But the one thing he said that sort of scared me, y'all, was he said, and if things get bad, I know I can always call my family to come and get me. I feel like he already looking for the escape route. I'm just saying. I don't know. But so there was that. So then we had, who else we had? Oh, we had Crazy Chick. What's this Crazy Chick name? No, before we get there, let's talk. Well, I guess I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to go. I guess we could talk about Matt and, Sean and, what's the chick's name? Sean and, oh shit. Anyway, not Sean Scott. Hold on, let me get the name. I'm gonna get the name. So we got Scott and Destiny. That's it, the Vegas folks. So, of course, Destiny was embarrassed that the car got declined and all that good stuff. She was talking to him about it. And he is sitting there lying to her about what he can't find and what information he doesn't have and what he can't get. And it's so stupid because, like she said, she was like, you mean to tell me you can't call the bank, you can't figure out what's going on? Like, stop it. Like, you can do everything else on the phone. You can't do that over the phone? And he's sitting there, no, because I gotta call this place and they're not open and I gotta do this. And long story short, she is spending him out of a house and home. Like, they showed her going shopping. She done spent $150 at Victoria's Secret. This, that, here, this, and this. She going to the casino every day, taking out cash withdrawals. And let me tell y'all something. Have y'all ever gone to the ATM at the casino? The fee at the casino is like $5-7 sometimes. Like, so every time you taking money out at the casino, you're adding another $5 to it, $7 to it. Like, and he told her, he didn't tell her that. He was telling her, and the thing that was pissing me off about her was, he was trying, and like, she playing games. Like, she clearly is just out to get what she can get out of him. She wants to bleed him dry, and that's it. Because you have to understand that you gotta know that he's not a millionaire. You have to see that he's going to work every day. even if he was giving you money while you were in jail and sending you good money or whatever, you know that his money isn't endless. You know he doesn't have endless, like, and when he's telling you, look, I need you to chill out a little bit, like, you're spending a lot of money. And she was like, so what? I mean, so what? What do you mean, so what? Like, you're not working? You're not earning any of it? Like, her attitude was so stank about it. But that whole situation is a mess. So, then we have him take his friend, you know, his same friend, the guy that they went out to drinks with the girlfriend and everything. He went to go buy her a ring. And his friend is telling him, listen, I think you're being stupid. Like, he was like, how much money have you spent on her? He was like, I mean, if you add it all up, I mean, about $50,000. He was like, what? He was like, I didn't even know this dude had that kind of money. He was like, $50,000? Are you serious right now? He said, dude, you're crazy. And now you're going to ask her to marry you, and he was going to spend another $2,000 on the ring. He was like, what is wrong with you? He said, I think you're being stupid. Then he said that the wife is not the wife. The mother of his child is not cool, obviously, with the situation. And she basically threatened him, like, if you marry her, I'm not going to let you see the kids. I'm not going to let you do this and do that. So you are risking putting your whole relationship on the line with your kids and everything for this woman. And my other thing is, what is it about her that makes you want to marry her that you never wanted to marry the mother of your 6 children? You had 6 kids by this woman, and you never married her. Now, I'm giving her the side eye because ain't no way in hell I'm gonna keep having babies after you and you ain't married me. Like, that's crazy. But still, so then he's on the phone with her. Destiny gets upset, like, who you on the phone with? And he was like, I'm on the phone with Kelly. And she was like, that's it. I'm done. Give me a plane ticket. I'm going home. That's it. I'm done. He was like, what are you talking about? I have to have a relationship with her. No, you don't. You don't have to have a relationship with her. And I'm like, that is the mother of his kids. And he was like, she's calling me about my daughter. No, I'm done with this. No, dude, I'm done. And I really feel like she was ready to get out of it. She saw that the money well was drying up, and she was ready to get out of it because, you know, she was like, all the lies he told, that's just it, I'm done. For you not to understand that this man has to have a relationship with the mother of his children because he's got 6 kids by her, and clearly the majority of them are still minors, for you to not understand, that there has to be a relationship. I'm like, come on, you're tripping. Then they end up arguing again, and he's actually trying to walk away, and she proceeds to assault him. She punched him dead in his face. She hit him a couple of times, and she punched him dead in his face. I said, oh, you going to jail. I mean, he pulls off his mic and everything. He's like, I'm done with this. And of course, you know, we about to go on like a hiatus until October with this one. So we're not going to find out what happens after that, but until then. But anyway, so then we have, Maurice and Jessica. After they made their great escape from LA to Las Vegas, they're going to go meet her parents. And he's got flowers and, you know, of course they're nervous. You know, both of them are nervous and everything. And, you know, I know he was nervous, and I feel like a lot of stuff was coming out of his nerves, but he kept saying, oh, I feel like I'm home. Oh, yeah, this feels like home. Oh, yeah, this is home. Because her family her parents do have a really nice home. And they have breakfast and everything. And, you know, on one hand, let me tell you something. Maurice really sort of won me over on this episode, because I wasn't kind of feeling Maurice a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But he sort of won me over because I feel like a lot of what he was saying in the beginning was nerves, and her family, you know, her parents were kind of looking like, this ain't your home, bruh. I don't feel like it's home because it ain't your home. You know, I feel like that's kind of what they was thinking while he was talking. And then he told them that they left the state illegally. He told them what happened. And of course, Jessica was like, why the fuck would he tell my family that we ain't supposed to be here? And her father was like, so y'all ain't supposed to be here right now. So he said, let me talk to you, Maurice. So he pulls Maurice outside to have a conversation. And the mother ends up talking to Jessica. And the mother was like, it was so funny because the mother was like, So, I mean, does the parole, do they know where I live? Because I don't want them knocking on my door. She was like, no, Mom, they don't know where you live. Like, they're not going to come looking for you. It's going to be okay. We're going to be fine. And she says, in her little confessional, she was like, I don't think he's, she was like, she said, I like him. He seems really nice. He seems really genuine. She was like, you never really know. But everything seemed, it seems cool. They seem really genuine. And, Maurice was just like, yeah, man, this is really nice. It's really nice. So they go outside to talk to the family. To talk to the father. And, he has I can appreciate that conversation. The father has a straight up conversation with him. And he was like, listen, at the end of the day, no, I wasn't crazy about this whole situation. Like, I'm worried about my daughter. I wasn't crazy about this situation because I'm looking at y'all like, he said, and Maurice was like, I get it. What father? He said, if my daughter came home talking about something, she married a dude in jail, he another race, and he's done some things that he ain't too proud of. I could see where that could be a problem. Like, I could understand how he feel about it, but all I can do is just show him who I really am and hope that, he understands that that's who I really am. And, the father tells him, like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to protect my daughter. And I'm going to do whatever I have to do to protect my daughter. My family is my everything. Like, the father got choked up a couple of times while he was talking to Maurice. He said, but at the end of the day, I've never had a son. He said, and I would love for us to be able to have a relationship. I would love for us to build up, a relationship where we can go fishing and we can do stuff around the house together. And he said, listen, I don't care about the tattoos. I don't care that you black. Like, I don't even care that you have a record. But I do care about what you do with your life moving forward. And, and Maurice told him, he said, listen, he said, I've never had a father figure. I've never even had nobody talk to me like this. He said, so, I know you just getting to know me, but I have love for you. And I want you to know that I love your daughter, and I don't mean any ill harm to come to your daughter, and I hope that we can build a friendship. I hope we can build a relationship, I said, I know that's right. I can appreciate that. So that was pretty cool. I did like how that sort of ended. That was pretty cool. So we'll see what happens, as we move forward, though. So then we have Heather and Dylan. Listen, Heather crazy as a June bug, okay? She's going to meet Dylan. We met them in the last episode, and she's getting ready to go pick him up from jail. And we hear her whole story where, she talked about as a kid, her parents sent her away. They sent her to like a camp for wayward teens, and she was abused there sexually, and how she shared that with Dylan, and they're so close. Listen, I need to know what Dylan is. What nationality is Dylan? Because Dylan used the N-word. They bleeped it out, but I know what the hell he said, and I need to know who the hell he is. Okay, so anybody know, please tell me, what nationality is Dylan? I need to know. But, moving on, she picked him up from jail, and honey, she damn near tried to have sex with him right there in the parking lot, in front of the cameras. It was a lot. It was a lot. A lot. Like, is she on something? Like, it's a lot with Heather. A lot with Heather. I don't know. I don't know if Heather's on something or what. I don't know what's going on with Heather. So, last but not least, I think the last couple we need to talk about, at least I hope. I think I got everybody right except for Lindsay and Scott. Didn't I take care of everybody? I feel like I did. Now, I kept Lindsay and Scott for last because, so Scott gets the phone call for Lindsay. He gets the call to go pick Lindsay up from jail, and it's sort of last minute, so he don't have time to do the limo and go to pick up the steak dinner, and, he don't have time to do all of that stuff. He pick her up in his work truck, and he talking about some, ready to come home. And for the first time, and I feel like production was being real shady with this, for the first time, we really see this house for what it is. Now, from the outside, it looks like a really nice house. And it looks like the living room area. Oh, no, we're not done. We have Tyrese and his girl. Well, let's go on and knock them out because it ain't a whole lot with them. We're going to get back to Scott and Lindsay. So we have Tyrese and his girl. So remember, they didn't have time to go have sex. He's taking her to the bus station, and it is so obvious that she just ain't really interested. Like, I mean, I think I don't want to say she wasn't interested at all. I think Tyrese. I think he was one of the one of the many. Like, I don't think he was the only one. I think he might have been the only one available to pick her up or whatever. But he takes her to the train station and he's trying to have a conversation with her, and she's like, yeah, okay. And he was like, yeah, you know, people think I'm too old for you, but you know, they don't really know what we got. And she was like, okay. He was like, yeah, so you know, I'm gonna miss you. Yeah. And she was eating some chicken wings, and you would think those were the best chicken wings in the world, because she was paying him hardly no attention. So they get to the bus station, and he gives her some money. Why the producer's gonna say, how much money did he give you? She was like, $200. And he was like, what's that for? She was like, I mean, for stuff that I need, for, you know, toiletries, some clothes, you know, for stuff that I need. And, you know, she said in her confessional that she sort of feels kind of weird, like, now that they're out, the age difference is bothering her, you know, and she feels some kind of way about it or whatever. So then, you know, he gets her on the bus and everything. He was like, call me. You gonna call me? Okay, call me. So then the next day, he was like, yeah, or 2 days later, we see him in his apartment. He's like, yeah, I ain't heard from Shonda yet, but it's okay because, you know, I know that, she trying to get herself settled in and everything. It's okay. I'm sure she'll call me when she can. Because, you know, she at the halfway house. So his son comes over. And basically his son is trying to tell him again, like, are you sure, you know, that, are you sure that, you know, she not using you or whatever? He was like, man, don't you think I'm old enough to know when somebody's using me? Don't you think I know if somebody's using me? What is wrong with you? Like, he's defensive because he knows she using him. Honey, I don't know if we're gonna hear from Chandra again. I think the only way we're gonna hear from her again is because the producers say, girl, you need to film some more scenes. Cause I don't think she's feeling him at all. Alright, so let's get back to Lindsay and Scott. So this is the first time we really got a chance to see Scott's house, right? Y'all, that house is a dump. It was probably a foreclosure. That's what it looks like. It looks like it was a foreclosure. So on the outside, it looks really nice. And it looks like he's keeping the outside, you know, pretty decent. The lawn is kept up nice and everything. But on the inside, that house needs a lot of work. And we saw in the very first episode where he got the interior designer to come in. But it doesn't look like she even got started. Like, it'd be different if there were some projects going on. And he was like, oh, wow, I didn't get a chance to finish it, but you could see where he's actually doing stuff. Listen, that house is toe up from the floor up, like cabinets hanging off the hinges toe up. And come to find out, he had been living in that house for a year. He don't even have a headboard on the bed. Well, yes, he did. I'm telling a lie. He did have a headboard on the bed, but it didn't even look like he had a baseboard. Listen, that thing was terrible. So Lindsay, you know, he picks her up from the airport, and of course she's like, I mean, I didn't expect a limo, but why he had to pick me up in his work truck? Like, got me running around here, you know, looking like I'm on my way to a construction site. Then they get to the house, and she was like, so for the last year, I've been sending him pictures of stuff, and not one thing, there's nothing here. Like, the only thing he could show her was where he had finished the closet, which still ain't look like it was done. But he didn't even have her daughter's room finished. And she was like, how's my daughter going to come and live with us and she doesn't even have a place to live? Like, her room isn't even done. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, you had a year. Like, if you really truly were trying to fix this house up for her, like don't get me wrong, I think Lindsay's on some bullshit, okay? But Scott is too. Because you had a whole year and you going to sit here and tell me you couldn't even do something as basic as set up her daughter's bedroom? This daughter that you so close with, that you so cool with, right? This is the daughter that you have built this relationship with, because the daughter can't come right now because the daughter can't come right now because she has to go into quarantine, because this is going into quarantine, COVID situation. So she has to go to quarantine before her daughter can come see her. So basically you got 14 days to get that room fixed up for her to have some place for that baby to sleep. And I don't blame her. I don't blame Lindsay for being upset at all. And Lindsay's pissed. And yeah, she's complaining. And yeah, she got a problem. But I don't blame her at all. I would feel the same way Lindsay feels. She said this house is a dump. And then come to find out, because of COVID and all of that, she's not going to the halfway house. She got released directly into house arrest. She can't even leave the house because that's what she signed out to. She is signed out to him at that address. So her thing is, I'm in this dump of a house and I can't even go anywhere. She was like, this house is disgusting. I can't even walk around barefoot. The carpet is nasty. And I 100% understand where she comes from. I get it. I get it. I see. I don't blame her. Like, Lindsay ended up having a whole fucking breakdown. And Scott was like, well, I mean, at least you're not in jail anymore. I mean, well, at least you don't have handcuffs. She was like, he was like, at least you got a roof over your head. She said, I had a roof over my head in jail. This, what you saying? Listen, y'all, I don't know how the rest of y'all are going to feel, but I was with Lindsay. Like I said, do I think Lindsay got some shit with her? Yeah, I do. But Scott was selling her some whoop tickets. Because her thing was, I could have went stay with my mama. Like, you had me thinking you had this house decked out, set up. You know, it may not look exactly like the magazine, but you had me thinking this house was... And that's not what we got here. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. That's how I felt. Talk to y'all later. Peace.